Right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Bola from Bolix Investment Limited. Basically, I'm looking at the commodity today, and I'm looking at a particular commodity, which is the oil that has been spiraling a lot of news across um, the board across the whole wide world as regards to the falling prices of oil. And basically, normally the way that I trade and the way that I look at having a position in the market is by considering um, some few simple um, options, which is simple and very clear and precise. And basically, what I normally do is I do a top-down approach to give me an overview of the market, and as you can see, the oil price has make a significant fall over the last couple of few months, and it's getting to areas of bottoms that we've got around January 2009, and this is a significant area for us to watch the reaction of oil. Basically, we've made an initial test last month, which is January. We are in the new month of February now, and obviously, I'm looking at the monthly chart for me to make decision on the current oil price. Right today, as we can see, we've tried to bounce up last week on pricing from 42 no 42 area, and that's a significant bottom area. But as we can see today, is this bounce going to be sustainable? That's one thing, and one question that we're going to be looking at. We actually want to see the zone where we're trading, and my chart is making me to understand that we have tried to trade around monthly pivot level, and we've done this so many times. The first time we've come to the pivot level, we saw a bounce, which is over here, which I'm going to count as 1 2 test. That's the third and fourth test, the fifth and sixth test. This is the eighth test. And what is most significant about this test over here today is the rejection we have, and it's a massive rejection that we've seen on a 4-hour chart around the monthly pivot. The reason why the monthly pivot is very important to us is that's the balance, the central balance point on a monthly time frame, which means quite a lot of traders are going to be watching these areas. Quite a lot of traders are going to be making decisions around these areas, and then this is where exactly the big traders will actually place their trade, and it will be very important for any traders to actually make decision around this point alongside with them. Therefore, we're gonna watch how they are trading this zone and watch very carefully what decision is being made. The initial reaction was a rejection around that monthly pivot, and if we ever gonna move above that monthly pivot, for now it's showing every negative sign that there's possibility that we're not gonna conquer it over the last 4 to 5 hours. I'm gonna switch over to an hourly time frame for us to see clearly what has been happening. So we make a huge push above it, and then you can see also different reaction for the last 4 hours, um, how we've been reacting around that area until we make another hourly rejection not quite long ago, which gives us this important gravestone doji, and rejection follows. Therefore, we've seen the price is rejecting the monthly pivots. There is every possibility that we trade couple of times around there over the US session, which we are trading currently, which I'm going to show you in a minute how trade has been going on over the course of the day. Right, that was yesterday I over there, and today we've managed to have a considerable breakthrough above yesterday's high, and this is what we're doing. We actually accepting and rejecting prices around yesterday high. Obviously that's an area where the US session posted the high, the overnight inventory then coming to balance it up and stay stay around the eye, which shows us that there is quite a lot of traders holding their position around there. There's no real selling coming into play, but those same traders managed to have a push up against the monthly pivot, and then we seeing a couple of rejection. Those rejections are what we are going to be taking into consideration, and those rejections are what we're going to be making our trading decision on. um Currently, in as much as we are trading above the overnight high for today, we'll still be looking at this as a positive zone to buy. But on my market profile chart, which I've got over here, which is actually showing me how the distribution of prices is going along, we've got areas of 47 not point not not 05 as a value, as a point of control. And what that means is that is the fair price for today. Price may end up moving all the way down to this area before it finds another buyer with the look of things, if we manage to fill the yesterday high. Right, basically that's about 122 points away, which is quite considerable. And then we've got a couple of resistance coming in on hourly, which is the 633, where the price is failing, and at the same time we've got the monthly pivots, which is this area, which has failed for now. Whether that will continue to fail, I think it's one of the good point that we're gonna be looking at today, and that has failed basically using this hourly chart. So our buyers might be strong push downwards to area of pivots again, where we're gonna see what reaction we're gonna be finding. So we can actually take a shot in this oil chart today if we manage to break below the overnight inventory high, which is occurring around 47 0.75. But are we gonna put in any position now? It's a good question that we can look at. What we wanted to see is how have we been faring in this US session. Is the volume to the upside really went dead, or we still gonna post new highs today? Right, Zo- zooming into a smaller time frame, we can see this is the last area where we've seen serious buying pressure coming into play, and each and everything that's happening over here is more or less like profit taking over a considerable number of days, which have started from 1 to 3. The last 3 days we're seeing profit taking. That profit taking might then extend into more supplies, because the trend in oil has been down for a considerable number of points. Our sell point now is going to be any trade below that high, which is basically 48 0.32, which is below previous day high. That will be our sell point. Sellers have come in today. We've seen current rejection now, and then we can then be looking to possibly trade this to the downside. But notwithstanding, we've got a trend line here which is buffering up the overnight high, and for that reason alone, we might not be looking to short, because the moment we short back into support. So what we then do is look at the reaction around this support and see whether that is giving us opportunity to continue to buy. We'll wait a few seconds, there's some live prices going on here, and see whether we actually see the break or not. The moment we get a break, our first shot is around 48.32, which has been areas of support for the last couple of trading session, the Euro session um, and the US session. So right now, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pause this a little bit, and we watch price reaction to see whether we're gonna actually engage in buying or selling this security.